Okay, good morning everyone. Today in this video I am going to summarize the main points of syntactic linkage and test for phrases. Okay, the first point is syntactic linkage. This term refers to the way speakers can signal with words in phrases or clauses are linked in order to form coherent structures and provide some meaning. Okay, and now we have agreement. Agreement is also called as concord. It is a form of cross-reference between different parts of a sentence or phrase. Okay, we have two types of agreement. The first one is formal agreement. This type of agreement is referred to the grammar structures. For example, in this case, we have she works in a restaurant. And the second type is notional agreement, which is based on the meaning of the sentence. For example, in this case, we have the class was nice and the class were very noisy. In the first example, we took the class as a unit, so we use the singular form. And in the second example, we take the class as all the members of the class, and we use the plural form. Okay, now let's see the relations of agreement. This refers to the number of agreement that the singular or plural. The first relation that we have is subject-verb agreement. In this case, for example, we have Fernando plays basketball, and in the second example, we have Fernando and her sister play basketball. As you can see in the first example, Fernando is the subject, so is he, so we use the third person. But in the second example, we have two people, so we use the verb without an S. And subject pronouns agreement, we have here that we use the pronoun I instead of use me, because it's not coherent to use me in this case. Okay, and finally, I'm going to say some rules on agreements, some of them. The first one is subjects are before the prepositional phrases headed by of. For example, we have a group of students is. In this case, we use the form is instead of are. Okay, and now we have singular or plural subjects connected by and use a plural verb form. In this case, we have, for example, my sister and my brother need new clothes. As you can see, the and links my sister and my brother that are two subjects. So in this case, they are two people, so we use need without this. Okay, now we are going to see the government cases. This refers to the relation between a word and all its dependents. As you can see, we have three main government cases that are nominative, genitive, and accusative. Okay, let's start with nominative. In nominative cases, we have as a subject some nouns or pronouns. For example, Marina likes chocolate, or she is an actress. In the case of genitive, it is used in order to show some ownership, and we have two types. The first one is possessive determiners, and that acts as modifiers. For example, we have these are my books. And we have also possessive pronouns, which replaces the noun. For example, these books are yours. Okay, and the last government case is accusative. In this case, we have three main types of accusative case. The first one is direct object. In this case, we can ask what or whom in order to receive an answer. For example, Ruben gave a rose. And the next case is indirect object. In this case, we can ask to whom or for whom. For example, Ruben gave his girlfriend a rose. And finally, we have the oblique object, also known as dative case. And in this case, it receives the direct object and both the indirect object. For example, Ruben gave a rose to his girlfriend. Okay, another point in this unit is the number and person linkage. First, we are going to focus on number. We have two types that are singular and plural. For example, we have the singular cat, and its equivalent in plural is cats. Okay, the person, as you know, is the relationship between the subject and the verb. We have three types of person. In the first person, for example, we have, for example, I like pizza and we like pizza. In the second person, we have you like pizza, and in this case, as you know, there are singular or plural depending on the context. And in the third person, we have he, she likes pizza, my pen is blue, it is blue, and finally, they like pizza. Okay, another point is the gender. This is a grammatical category in which nouns, pronouns, articles, adjectives, etc. are defined as masculine, feminine, or neuter. For example, we have four examples of masculine nouns, man, father, boy, and husband. Its equivalent in feminine are woman, mother, girl, and wife. And we have here some examples of neuter gender that are pen, glass, book, or paper. Okay, finally, we are going to see tests for phrases. Tests for phrases are used in order to prove if a string or words behaves as a phrase. As you can see, we have four types. The first one is ellipsis. Ellipsis is the process in which we leaving out some words that we think are unnecessary in a sentence. For example, we have here, Martina likes blue color and Andrea does too. In this case, as you can see, we omit likes blue color in the second part, and instead of that, we write does too in order to avoid repetition. Okay, the next one is substitution. Substitution refers to the replacement of a word or phrase with a filler word such as want, so, do, in order to avoid repetition. For example, we have, what type of cupcake would you like? A chocolate one, please. In this case, as you can see in the answer, a chocolate one, please, we have one here, and this one is replacing the cupcake. We write one in order to, as I mentioned before, to avoid repeating the same word. Okay, now we have transposition. Transposition is a process in which we displace a phrase into a new position, and also we give it another grammatical function. For example, we have the next sentence. Roberto painted a landscape, and a landscape is painted by Roberto. As you can see, we have here Roberto, that is the subject in the first sentence, but in the second one, we change its function, because in the first one, Roberto is the subject, and in the second one, acts as an object. Okay, and finally, we are going to focus on coordination. Coordination is the grammatical linking of two or more words, phrases, or clauses, and some words that are the most used are and, but, or. Okay, as you can see here, we have three main types. The first one is conjoined noun and noun phrases. For example, Jesus and John went on holiday last month. As you can see, Jesus and John are the two subjects, so the and is linking those two nouns. Okay, and the second one is conjoined verbs. In this case, for example, we have you sing and dance very well. In this case, the and are linking two verbs, in this case, sing and dance. And finally, we have conjoined sentences. In this case, the linking word are linking two separate sentences. For example, Angel washed his clothes and Luna watered the plants. As you can see, if we separate these two sentences, they have meaning by their own. And that's all for this summary. Thank you for watching, and bye.